Disclaimer. This video discusses topics related to weight loss and eating disorders. Viewer discretion is advised. If you or someone you know is struggling with an eating disorder, please seek professional help. This content may be triggering for individuals sensitive to discussions about food, body image, and mental health.
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Hannah and I lost about 100 pounds. I actually posted my journey or my weight loss journey on Instagram, which honestly it took off. I don't know what it was, but it did really well, so I decided to post it on YouTube, which it was doing so well too. When I posted all those videos, people wanted to kind of know more about my weight loss journey, how it all started, what even got me to the point where I wanted to lose that much weight. And that's why I'm doing this video. Sitting down here and being vulnerable is a new thing for me, because I feel all these stuff was happening to me in terms of the comments I was hearing about my body, the things people were saying, what I was even doing to lose weight is something that I've always kept to myself, because I just don't like sharing about them. But I feel a lot of people were really curious and wanted to know, so I had to open up to you guys, I guess. So I feel in order for you guys to even understand how bad it was for me, I have to literally start from the beginning. So yeah, let's start. So I feel if you guys see the title of this video, I lost about 100 pounds. I was originally 250. I feel I was even more than 250, but I started my journey around 250. That's when I actually started documenting and recording myself and all those process. And now I weigh about 149. So it's about 100 and some pounds, but I always say 100 just to keep it max. So that's the gist of everything, where I started at 250 and now I am, let's say, 150. So how it all started, I came to America when I was about 12, 13 years old. And to be honest, I did not have any issues with my body when I first came to America. I thought I was the healthiest I could be. I felt there was nothing wrong with me. I had no worries with my body, but I feel all that changed when I started going to church. Honestly speaking, I feel some of the people at my church are literally the reason why I started having issues with my body, because I will just be hearing people would, oh my gosh, it's just so emotional, because I feel every time I talk about my weight loss journey or how everything started, I just get a little bit emotional, because it still pains me. I'm still working on healing myself. I would go to church when I first came to America, and I'll just hear these old adults be oh my gosh, you're so skinny, you're so this, you need a little bit of meat in your body. So I was oh, okay, you're right. And for me, I was taught to be respectful, never talk back to adult, never say anything back to anyone. So I just never questioned them. So I'm you know what? I feel yeah, I do need a little bit in my body. I do need to gain a little bit of weight and stuff like that. So I started doing that. I started overeating. I just started eating and eating and eating, and just did not think that you eating and not working out and doing this, you're gonna gain weight. And that's what I did. I feel for a year or so, I tried to put on weight by eating, because I just wanted to please these people. And I started eating. I started getting a little bit more weight, and that's when I feel it just it took off, where I went from, oh, you need to put on weight, to, oh, you're too big, Hannah. Oh, what are you doing, Hannah? This outfit, you don't look good in this outfit. You need to lose weight. You need to do that. That's when I honestly started developing my eating disorder. Honestly, I feel hearing those comments actually kind of broke me a little bit, where I'm like, so what does these people want from me, honestly? Like, what do you want from me? Do you want me to be skinny, or do you want me to be fat? Like, I don't know. And I feel like the part that even hurt me more was just more of like, okay, I'm hearing these comments from people at church, people at school, some of my friends, but I feel like coming home and hearing like some of your family members or like your dad telling you, oh, like you should not eat this food because you're gaining too weight, or like you should stop doing this, you should stop doing that. I feel like that's when I started like sneaking off in terms of I would not eat around people. I actually became really shy around eating around people because I just didn't want someone to be like, oh, that's a lot of food, like you should like stop eating that. You sure you want to finish all that food? So what will happen is that I would not eat in front of people. I will just, you know, eat a little bit and I will be starving, but I'm like, you know what, no, like you don't want to look fat in front of like people, so I will not eat. And I would just wait until like everyone is asleep, literally around like 2 a.m. I will wake up and sneak to the fridge like a little like raccoon type of thing, and I'll sneak to the fridge and I will get food and I will binge eat. Like I will eat to the point that like I couldn't breathe no more, because I'm like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna eat the whole day, so let me just eat this much at night. And I did that for so long that it was just like it became a normal thing. And I actually did not know that that was actually harming me more than anything. So I kept on doing that. I kept on eating at night so that I don't eat in front of my family or in front of my dad, basically. And I just keep on doing those bad habits. And I feel like I was still not losing weight. I was still getting the comments from people at church like, oh my God, like you're so big. Like, what are you doing? Like, you need to lose weight. It's just like those little nagging comments. And all I can do, like, yes, auntie, like I'll try to lose the weight, or like, okay, I'm so sorry, auntie, like I don't know why I am gaining the weight, but like I'll try my best. Like, okay, auntie, like I'm working on it. To the point that I actually like stopped eating for about a week to like try to like lose the weight. And that became a thing where I will not eat for a week, then I would eat for like I will binge eat. I would not eat, I would binge eat. And I did not know that that was an eating disorder. I did not know that was an eating problem till I actually started taking psychology classes, where I'm like, oh my gosh, what I was doing was not good for me. It was not helping me. Like that was actual a problem. When I first got to high school, I feel like I was the healthiest I could ever be, because I started doing a lot of sport. I was playing tennis, I was playing field hockey, I was doing soccer, I was doing track and field. So like I was actually the best shape, literally so healthy. But even with all that, it was still not good enough for people. Looking back now, I thought I was healthy. I was healthy, but just looking through how everything was, I didn't feel healthy. I still felt like I was fat, even though that was the healthiest I could be. And honestly, I feel like looking back to when I was big, I wanted to be what I was in high school. Like if I had that weight there, I would have not been struggling to lose the weight that I did, honestly, because I feel like that was the healthiest I was. But I feel like people made me not believe that, and I did not believe that. I thought I was still fat. I feel like my body dysmorphia became so big that no matter how small I became in high school, I wanted to be smaller. I wanted to be smaller because I just did not want people to make comments about my body or about how I looked. And I noticed that once I was losing the weight by not eating, by just like going hard on my sport and my activity, I actually started getting compliments like, you look so good, what are you doing, like are you working out? I'm like, no, I'm not working out. Like I wanted to be like, I'm not working out, I'm not eating, I've been starving myself so that I can be this skinny. Like I'm doing all these harmful things to my body so that I can be getting the compliments that I'm getting right now. I kept on doing that throughout high school, where I would just like starve myself, then overeat, starve myself, then overeat, to the point that like my body started fluctuating, where I'll be like skinny for about a month, and then the next thing I know, I gain the weight back because I will overeat. And it just keeps on going. It literally became a cycle where I just could not keep on the weight. I was just like losing the weight, gaining the weight, losing the weight, gaining the weight, where it just became a problem. And I felt like I did not know what to do. I truly did not know what to do. I remember my senior year of high school, where it was like 2 weeks before prom, and I just wanted to look the best. Like, I just wanted to feel lovely. I wanted to love myself. I wanted to feel comfortable in my skin, where I honestly did not eat for about, I think about 2 weeks. Like, not exaggerating, I did not eat for 2 weeks because I wanted to be skinny. I wanted to fit into my prom dress. And I remember getting to the prom and feeling like I was about to pass out because I had no food in my body. I felt so weak. I felt like I will break down any moment. And I remember when it came down for us to go eat, I started stuffing my face with food, and I didn't even want people to talk, so I literally ran to the bathroom with some food and just kept on eating and eating and eating. And I actually like felt so horrible, where like I looked at myself in the mirror, in the bathroom mirror, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is not healthy. This is not something that you want to keep on doing. I did all that, looked myself in the mirror, and I just looked at that toilet and I started puking. I just started like throwing up all the food that I just consumed. After prom was done, honestly, I just felt like a relief. I felt so free because now I am not in the school settings. I'm at home right now. I'm about to go to college. I'm just gonna create a new persona for myself and just like try to be a little bit free. So that summer I indulged a little. I was like traveling with my friends. I was eating. It was just like a good time where I didn't even think about working out. And to be honest, like, it's not like I never worked out. I am a person where like I'm always working out because I always wanted to lose the weight. But that summer I was just like, it's just time for me to enjoy myself a little bit. I'm gonna go to college. Once I get to college, I can, you know, lose the weight. I can work out. I'll just have like a stricter like schedule where it's like class, workout, eat, this, that. It's just like a follow like a schedule. So I actually got into school. That school was predominantly a white school, where I think I was like, there was like 5 Black people at that school. So being in a school where you're like one of the 5 people there, all these people there are white and skinny, you wanted to be like them. I wanted to be like them, where to the point that I started developing a harder eating disorder, where like I feel like puking and plunging myself became like a normal thing, where like anytime I eat, I'll just go throw up because I just saw some of the people doing it. I'm like, you know what? If that's how they're saying skinny, I want to be skinny. I want to keep on like losing the weight. I don't want to gain the weight. It became a cycle where I will overeat, then I will puke, then I will not eat, and it just kept on happening and happening and happening. And honestly, I did not last a year in that school. I actually had to transfer, not because of that eating disorder. It was just like a bigger problem with that itself. So I went to a different school where it was like 50-50. There was like 50% people of color, 50% white people. And I met some great friends, but I feel like with all that, my eating problem wasn't going away. I feel like I will overeat, and then I will undereat, and I'll overeat. And I noticed that when I'm around my friends, I will overeat, and then when I go back to my dorm, I will literally run to the bathroom and puke, because I just did not want people to kind of be like, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you eating? I just didn't want people to think that there was something wrong with me. So I would literally eat so much in front of my friends because I just did not want anyone to question me. So all that happened. College finished. I felt like I kind of became okay with myself. I kind of became okay with the weight that I was. I was like, you know what? You're good. You don't have to change for anyone. You need to like now just focus on yourself. You just finished college. Like there's so much waiting for you at this world. There's so much waiting for you. You don't need to focus on your weight. But then it's just the noise became louder. Just like little comments from people. It became insulting where they were like, oh my gosh, like you are pretty, but like you're fat. Or like you could be even prettier if you lost this much of weight. Or like, are you sure you want to eat that? Or are you sure you want to wear that? And I remember where my mom made me this beautiful outfit. I felt so comfortable, so lovely in there. I was so happy to go to church that day. I got into church and literally the first thing this lady said to me was like, oh my God, like for someone your size, you should not wear clothes like that. I'm like, I actually like looked at her. I wanted to be disrespectful and say something back to that lady, but I'm like, my mom didn't raise me that way. I'm not about to do that. And I'm like, oh, sorry, auntie. Like, I'll make sure to change next time. I'll make sure not to wear that type of clothes. And I felt so horrible that whole time at church that like I didn't even want to be there. I feel like praising God wasn't even at my mind. I felt so uncomfortable where I started pulling the clothes down, just like keep on moving. I put my jacket back on. If it says that, like I actually stopped going to that church because I just did not want to feel like that no more. So I started back with my eating disorder where I will then overeat, then undereat, then overeat, then undereat. It became a problem where I'm like, what can I do? Because I want to lose weight, but I'm not losing weight. To be honest, if you ask anyone that knows me, I was vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan, and I just started just doing everything else. I wanted to lose weight where like I just was like, what can I do? I just wanted to lose weight, but I still wasn't seeing the result. I still wasn't seeing the result because I wasn't doing it a healthy way. I wasn't doing it to lose the weight for myself. I was doing it to lose the weight for people, and I feel like I wasn't seeing the result quickly because of that. And I feel like everything honestly went downhill where I actually gained so much weight was when I lost my job. When I lost my job, I became so depressed. I just would eat, cry, and sleep. I don't know why, but that losing that job kind of like hurt a little bit because I feel like at that point I graduated from college. All my friends were doing good things. I had a good job and I lost that job, and I just did not know what to do with myself because I just felt kind of like a loser. Like people keep on commenting about my weight. I lost my job. I felt like there was nothing else to do, where I started just overeating and just sleeping. I did not leave my room for about a month. That was my habit, where I felt like I went from, let's say, like 180 to that 250 that you guys saw me throughout my YouTube videos or my Instagram stories. That's when the weight just became a weight. When I was that 250, I would literally get those Snapchat notification of like, oh, look at you 1 year ago, and I'll just stare at those pictures and cry because I felt like if I was skinnier then, like that weight that I was then, I wanted to be that weight right there. I was so harsh on myself because I was just listening to people where I did not know that I was actually healthy then. What can I do? What can I do to actually change? What can I do to actually get to the point where I am satisfied with my body? Yes, I want to stop listening to people when they're making these comments, but it's just so hard to do because if you're hearing it from people outside and also hearing it from people inside, like I'm hearing it when I go outside, I'm hearing it when I'm inside my house, I'm hearing it when I go to my parents' store to help out, like I can never escape the comment, like what can I do? And I feel like my breaking point was my 25th birthday, which was last year. I was wearing this like beautiful gold outfit. Honestly, I felt so uncomfortable in that outfit where like I wanted to just scream. I felt truly uncomfortable in my skin. I felt like I was an imposter because I've gained so much weight. I did not love myself. I hated myself actually. I hated my body. I just hated how I looked in that outfit. And then on top of all of that, people that were making comments about my body were at my house for my birthday party. And I felt like these people are just looking at me and just judging me, where I was like, you know what, enough is enough, like something needs to give. And prior to my party, we actually had a church convention, and I honestly felt like that's where everything changed, where I prayed like I never prayed before. Literally prayed to God, and I was like, God, I don't want to go into 2024 with the same mentality. I need to change. Something needs to change. Like, I want to do better for myself. I want to be happy. I want to live the life that you wanted me to live. And I feel like that prayer that I was praying that Easter convention honestly helped me. I feel like it switched something in me where I wanted to get better. I wanted to do better. I wanted to change my mindset. Instead of getting these money to like buy food, I actually decided to get help because I realized that I have developed unhealthy relationship with food. I realized that I hated myself. I did not love myself. So I decided to get help. So I got a psychiatrist and a therapist. Actually, I got both of them because I wanted to know my reasoning of why I have this issues with food. So it was really good, honestly. I feel like getting those two professionals, like getting help from them, actually helped me heal. And I feel like healing is what helped me to even lose the weight, honestly speaking. I feel like talking to them about like my childhood, like what happened, this and that, I feel like just being vulnerable with those people really helped me. So I had my therapist and my psychiatrist for about 2 months of just like constant like therapy sessions, like going there, doing like repeat eye movement, doing like just talking about my deep trauma. And once that was like, I was doing good with that, my therapist actually decided to help me get a nutritionist. And I feel like them helping me getting a nutritionist actually helped me out a lot. I feel like if you are trying to lose weight but you don't know why you can't lose the weight, I really do think like you should see a psychiatrist or a therapist or someone professional enough to help you, because I feel like that's what helped me, honestly. I feel like talking to them, figuring out why I have an issue with eating, why I have a bad relationship with food, actually helped me to start loving food and start having a good relationship with food. If I did not talk to my therapist or my psychiatrist, I would have not known that I had a bad relationship with food. And I feel like it was because of my upbringing in Ghana, where I will honestly will have food, right? And I will eat that food. And listen to this, like I am so full that I can't eat, and I'll put the food in the fridge. I'll come to my room, literally 2 minutes later, I will go and eat that food, even though I can't eat no more. But my brain just is like programmed to the point where it's like, you have to eat that food because you don't know when you're gonna get another food. I feel like my mindset was still stuck back in where I was in Ghana, where it's like, you have to finish the food now because you're never gonna see that food again. And I feel like me talking to that psychiatrist actually helped me to kind of like break that habit where it's like you're not in Ghana no more. Like there will be food here. So like you need to kind of like stop that. And I feel like also hearing that from my nutritionist lady actually also helped me out a lot, where when I eat and I'm full, I'll just put the food in the fridge and I'll go for a walk so that I'm not thinking about that food. And I feel like that helped me out tremendously. I feel like I worked on my mental before I started focusing on the physical. So I feel like that's what really like helped me to kind of like start seeing changes, where I started focusing on my food eating, my eating habit. I tried to like stop my eating disorder problems. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, like even now that I feel like I've lost the weight, sometimes a little bit triggers like comes back where I feel like I'm going back to like what I was doing back then, and I have to catch myself like, whoa, like you need to stop. Like no, you did not come this far to like go backwards again. Seeing those 3 people, I feel like I saw them for about almost like 6 months. After I started seeing them for 6 months, that's when I decided to go get a personal trainer. And don't get me wrong, I'm not rich. All these things did cost money, but I felt like I used my money wisely, where instead of getting like McDonald's or like Burger King, all those stuff, I actually decided to use those money to like seek help. Got a personal trainer. That was not cheap. That personal trainer was about, no, not, it wasn't about, it was literally $5,000 for a year to get a personal trainer. $5,000. I feel like it was worth it to me because I wanted to lose the weight. I wanted to get serious help, and I feel like it really did help me. I feel like getting a personal trainer literally like helped me. I'm actually gonna like insert like how I started with my personal trainer and like how it's going, because I felt like in the beginning it was so horrible. Like when the personal trainer weighed me, I was 250, right? And my BMI was so bad. It was like above like 40. Like a BMI above 40 is like overweight. And I was even joking to the lady that like I want a BMI of 18, and at that point I thought it was a joke because I thought I would never reach it. I feel like now my BMI is 24, 25, which I feel like it is so much better than 40.
Yeah, the film. Yeah.
Squares a little bit.
Okay. Something came. Oh, I have to do the last part.
You think a volume right there?
Huh?
Is it volume?
Yeah, there's numbers on there.
Okay.
Okay.
And you are here.
Oh my god.
You are 46. 45, 46.
So I'm overweight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where you wanna be?
I'm just waiting. I think like 25 will be okay. 25 or 30 will be okay.
Yes, I think 25 is the
I think it's
perfect.
I'll do
You wanna
25.
curve, see-
And I'm still losing the weight now. I'm still in the process of losing more weight. But I feel like getting those professional helps actually helped me. And now I don't have my personal trainer no more, because I feel like I gained the knowledge and I gained everything that she taught me, where now I feel like I am able to like focus on doing all these things by myself. I feel like now I'm in a mind space where I don't let people comments get to me. And I feel like the saddest part about this whole journey was that it was not easy. It was like one of the hardest things that I could ever do, honestly speaking. I feel like being so disciplined, where I have to not overeat. I have to kind of like follow a regimen. I have to eat a little portion, eat more protein, waking up to work out, and just like all these stuff. It was not easy, but I feel like I wanted it so badly that I did it. And I feel like I started seeing changes in my body around like maybe 6 months into the workouts or into like everything I was doing. That's when I started seeing the result. It actually was really discouraging, where I was putting in so much work and I would step on the scale and I don't see no changes. And I started feeling like, what's the point? Why am I doing this? Like, I cannot do this no more, because if I'm not seeing no result, I should not keep on doing this. But I feel like having like sisters, like the sisters that I have, I feel like I can't even stop crying, because I feel like my sisters were the people that were like holding me accountable and keep on encouraging me and pushing me. They encouraged me so much, where I did not want to give up. I did not want it to disappoint them, and I just could never be happier to have my sisters in my life. They were my encouragement. And I feel like after 6 months, I started seeing the result, and that even motivated me so much. I started pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And I got to the point that I lost about 100 pounds. One thing I noticed that is during this weight loss journey, I did not tell anyone. I feel like my previous attempt of trying to lose weight, I'll tell people, I'm gonna lose weight, watch me. Like, oh, auntie, it's okay. Like, I'll lose the weight. I'll do that. I'll do that. This time, I kept my mouth shut. I started working out. I started doing what I needed to do, and I lost the weight. And like, anytime someone would see me, they were like, oh my gosh, like, Hannah, you lost so much weight. Are you okay? I'm like, you don't. Like, am I okay? Like, you guys were the one that were like coming at me for being overweight and for like making these like little comments about my body. And now that I've lost the weight and I'm happy with the weight I've lost, you guys are saying now I look too skinny. Like, I feel like, oh, they were like, oh, if you lose more weight, you're gonna like disappear. Or like, oh, Hannah, you should not lose no more weight. Like, the weight that you are now is a perfect weight. I'm like, it's not, because right now I'm still in the process of losing more weight, because I'm not at the goal that I want to be at. Like, I'm not gonna let these people project their insecurity on me and try to like stop me from keep on doing what I want to do. You know, I feel like it baffles me, because people don't know how hard it took me to like lose this weight, where like literally I will wake up at 4 a.m. to get ready for my 5 o'clock Orange Theory class. Then after my 5 o'clock Orange Theory class, I will go to my 6 o'clock Pure Barre class. After that, I will go to the gym around like 7 to wait, like get ready, do a little bit of a warm up to get ready for my trainer at 8, before I come home around 9 to take a shower to go to work. I feel like people don't understand how much work I put into losing the weight, where it pisses me off when the comments, it's like, when would it stop? When would y'all like stop making comments about my body? Or when would you guys be happy for me and just keep your mouth shut? Because you telling me, oh, you don't need to lose more weight, kind of just, it's just like spitting in my face, whereas like you are undermining all the hard work that I am doing, or all the hard work that I did. Because why do you need to even make comments about my body? Like, I feel like people need to just keep their mouth shut, because you don't know what people are going through or what they're doing to even like lose the weight. I feel like they're making it worse. I feel like, so anytime someone literally would be like, oh, Hannah, you don't need to lose no more weight, or Hannah, you need to do this, I'm like, when I say I'm done losing the weight, I'll let you know. Or I'll be like, it's okay, like everything you're saying right now, I'm taking it to heart, I'm listening. In reality, I'm not. I'm literally not, because I stopped caring about what these people think about me in terms of my body or in terms of anything. I actually stopped caring, because I feel like I noticed that before I was doing it for them. I was doing it for these people. I just did not want to hear people commenting about my body where I was losing the weight for them. But I feel like this time I was losing the weight for me. I wanted to be happy. I just did not want to live that life that I was living, because I knew that was not the life for me. I knew there was something better for me, and look at me, there is. Like, I feel more happy. Like, I feel happier than happy. Like, I don't even know how to even explain it. Like, I feel more myself. I feel like this is the body that, like, I was meant to be in, and I'm not gonna let no one, like, ruin that for me. I feel like at this point I still have about, like, maybe 15 more pounds that I need to lose, and then I will be at the goal that I want to be at. And I'm just so happy. Like, I'm so happy. And I feel like one thing that I've noticed with this whole, like, losing weight is that once you lose the weight, now there's, like, other problems. Because now I lost all these weight and I have no butt. Like, I have zero butt. I feel like I lost all my butt in the process of losing the weight. So now I'm now gonna start focusing on working on that. I feel like there's so much that, like, I want to do in terms of, like, my weight loss journey, in terms of, like, talking to you guys more about, like, everything that I did. I feel like this video was more about my story, or, like, how I came about wanting to lose the weight, or what I did to kind of basically lose the weight. But I feel like I did not break it down, and I feel like I'm actually, if you guys really do enjoy this, like, I'm gonna make more in depth of, like, what I really did to, like, lose the weight. At this point in my life, I am content. I am good enough for myself, and I feel like no one's gonna tear me down, and I'm not gonna let no one tear me down, because now I feel like I know my worth. And it's so sad to say that I have to lose the weight to actually start feeling like I deserve respect and I deserve love. All I want to say is that it's hard. It really is hard gaining the weight, losing the weight. I feel like being skinny, being fat, people are always gonna comment and judge you and say these horrible things about your body that it's not true, or you don't even want to hear. And I feel like you have to do what's best for you, and you should not listen to other people, because literally, this is one of my favorite things that my therapist said to me, is that people will project their insecurities on you because they want you to feel bad about yourself. So don't take it personal, because it's not you, sweetie, it's them. It's literally them. I feel like they want you to feel horrible because they already feel horrible, and they will say all these things to you to make you feel horrible. And I feel like if you literally let the devil, or let them, like, get to you, you will stoop low and be like them too. So I feel like you need to work on yourself. I really truly believe that if you work on your mental health, the physical weight will come off, because that's one thing that I noticed, where, like, I worked on my mental health, I fixed what was the underlying problem, and the weight just started coming off. And I feel like this video is longer than expected, because I feel like I just will rumble and rumble. But I feel like if you guys really do want more in-depth video, please don't forget to like and comment, and let me know what else you guys want to see. But thank you guys so much for sitting and watching this video. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.